What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and as you can see by the title, yes, my Nintendo Switch is dying. I wish this was clickbait. I wish this was one big joke, but no, I think it really is dying. So I wanted to make this video today to kind of tell you guys what's been going on with my Switch. Maybe you guys have similar problems, or maybe this is just a quick fix that I can do myself. I highly doubt it though. This isn't a problem that's come on recently. I've seen the early signs of decline probably for the past like 4 or 5 months. So let me just kind of tell you what's going on. Before I do that though, this is a launch edition Switch. I actually pre-ordered this, so this is probably one of the first pressings of the console. And the other thing is I mostly play this docked. So I'd say probably like 80% docked. If any of that backstory has any kind of value, I figure I'd just throw that in there. So probably about 4 or 5 months ago, the first sign of decline that I've noticed, and maybe you guys noticed this already, maybe this is an early sign of the Switch death, but it was docked and I was playing it, and there was sort of like a buzzing going on, and jokingly I was just like, oh wow, I'm playing the Switch a lot, I must be playing a lot, so I just turned it off. Maybe it was overheating or something like that. And I figured this little console probably didn't have the best fan in it or something. I don't know what my logic was, but I just shut it off and I thought nothing of it. I just thought maybe I was playing too much. This same problem happened, I would say, for the next month after that, after I first heard it. So the first month, the first sign was kind of like a buzzing sound. So after that, the buzzing sound didn't really change much. It did get a little bit louder. I think that was the next sign. Recently, I would say probably a month and a half ago from right now, it would be buzzing. It would heat, the Switch itself would heat up a lot. Even more recently, there would be a message that would appear on the screen saying your Switch is too hot, and the Switch would actually shut itself off. So ever since then, it's been just really loud and getting really hot, even after like an hour of play. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So before I kind of, blab on even more, I did record a video with my iPhone. So it's probably going to be lower quality. You can kind of hear the Switch. So the whole point of this next clip is to just, give you guys a sense of how the Switch sounds. Maybe you want to put on headphones for this part, but you can clearly hear the Switch is struggling. And then if you have headphones on, when I take the Switch out of the dock, you can actually hear kind of an even more weird sound. So check it out. So here we go. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. If I put the microphone right up to the vent right there, you can clearly hear that the Switch is struggling. And while it's doing this, the Switch is also really, really hot. You can hear some other funky noises in here too. Yeah, so this is what happens. You'll hear noises and then it'll get really hot and then shut off. So that is my Nintendo Switch. So yeah, as you can hear, there is definitely something wrong with my Switch. So this is my, educated guess of what's going on. I think something's wrong with the fan. I think the fan itself is not working properly and maybe not even spinning at all at this point, because it really does sound like there's moving parts trying to move, but they're not moving. And that's probably why the Switch is heating up so fast. Hence why the Switch just shuts itself off, which is a nice feature to have, but I wish it was under better circumstances. So that's my guess. I think that my Switch right now, the fan is just not working. It's just giving out. And it's just overheating my Switch and preventing me from playing longer than like 2 hours. Now, another thing about this problem is that the Switch itself doesn't get hot unless I'm playing a game. So I could be using apps. I could be on the eShop. I could be, looking at my friends list, and it will be totally fine. It's just when I load up a game or any kind of application, whether it's, and I'm talking about like Hulu or YouTube. So if I use those two applications or a game, that's when the Switch starts kind of getting louder and, you know, starts heating up. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. Maybe you guys have certain, you know, symptoms with your Switch. Maybe it's just starting to get loud. Maybe it's heating up more than it should. But this is just frustrating because I feel like ever since I was a little kid, Nintendo really stuck with their seal of quality. And I've never had any kind of problem with Nintendo hardware before. I mean, even handhelds, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, like I've never had any kind of hardware issues. Heck, I still have my GameCube and my N64 plugged in without any issues. I have my Wii, no issues. Wii U, no issues. So it's just unfortunate that the Switch has so many problems. And, you know, this is just one problem that I particularly have, but I know that people are struggling with, you know, the Joy-Cons, the drifting issue and stuff like that. And it's just like, damn, like the Switch isn't built very well at all. So it kind of sucks to see. I mean, I did want to upgrade anyway, but you know, it's a lot different when, you know, you want to upgrade versus you have to upgrade. So I don't know. It's just frustrating, man. And then there's the whole other argument of, you know, early adopters or, you know, with products. There just seems to be no benefit anymore. You know, someone who bought a Switch on launch, you know, should have a better experience than someone who bought it a year or two later. Same thing with new games. You know, if I'm buying a brand new game for $60, I shouldn't get a half empty experience with promise of more content to come later. So I've just kind of been struggling, and I'm sorry if I seem negative in this video, but you know, I'm a giant Nintendo fan, and you know, the Nintendo seal of quality has always been Nintendo's strength, and it seems like with the Switch, they've kind of missed the mark. So that's my story. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of my Switch problem. And are you having similar problems? I don't know. Is this common? Is this a rare problem? But either way, I'm going to have to buy a new Switch. It'll be nice to have the extra battery and stuff like that, but I don't want to spend $300. I'm probably going to miss out on some things that I did want to buy coming up, like Ring Fit Adventure and you know, some other games like that. I'll probably miss out on some of those games because I need to replace this Switch. But, you know, video games in general is a pretty expensive hobby. If, you know, I think that people often forget that. Okay, I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching, and put some F's in the chat for me. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.